Well, good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Jeff with Country Roads Adventures. Apologize, I haven't had a video out in a while, about 2 months actually. And but we are back out on trail today. Just doing a couple small trails. We are in or near Davis, West Virginia, at Canaan Valley State Park. State park system in the state of West Virginia is awesome, and I haven't been up here in a while, but today my bride and I and our rescue lab Abby are out on trail. We are hiking the Deer Run Trail right now. We're going to take a couple different trails, Deer Run, Mill Run, and the Abe Trail. We're going to mesh those all together into just one trail today. Should be about 3.5 miles, and I'll show you some of the sights and sounds along the way. So welcome back. One of the interesting things out on these trails, we read where there's an area that we're in right now where trees basically grew out of other trees that were down and decomposing. So now the trees that are growing, their roots are exposed and they look like they're on legs. So here's a couple pictures of them. It's a beautiful area. Beautiful area. I haven't seen anybody on the trail yet, which is always good. So again, what we're going to do here today is we're going to walk the Deer Run Trail to the Park Lodge, and then coming back, we're going to cut off onto the Mill Run Trail, and then as we head back to camp, then we're going to cut across on the Abe Trail. So basically we're going to cover 3 short trails today. Again, they're about 3.5 miles total, but we'll get a look at a couple different things here. The Bubbling Springs area, I don't know what that is, but we'll see that here when we cross over onto one of the other trails. And we'll just see what we got out here and share it with you. Okay, we're coming up on an observation tower. So let's climb up here and have a look. So that was an old beaver dam that we could see from the observation tower, which is looking back through there. And due to the growth that's occurred in here and what's washed in and the sediment, it's no longer occupied by beavers. We have a little spring down here. We'll be on the lookout for salamanders, so let's take a look at the spring. Now that's pretty cool. We've captured the area where the spring is actually bubbling up into the water, creating this little stream area down through here. So one of the reasons I haven't been able to get out, hike, and film last couple of months is we've been pretty busy. And one of the reasons, I'll show you a couple pictures here, but Bride and I purchased a new motorhome as I reach retirement here in 10 more work days. And so we plan on using that motorhome to access some more areas to hike, where we'll probably go out during the week, stay for 3 or 4 days in an area that we know that have trails that we're interested in, and hike those trails. So hopefully the motorhome will be contributing to our ability to get out, hike more trails, share those trails with you. So that is one of the reasons why we have not been filming recently, so hopefully we'll catch up with some of that, and I'll show you a couple pictures of the motorhome right now. So that's a Thor Gemini 23 TE, a pretty nice little rig. We're really enjoying it. It's the second time we've had it out. We weren't able to hike on our first trip, so give a shout out to Beckley's RV in Thurmont, Maryland, where we bought it. They did a really good job of prepping it, so we've had very few issues, which sometimes is unique with new motorhomes. All right, so we're taking a little bit of break here, and I have a friend of mine named Buck, who's always complaining because we don't feature Liz enough in the videos. So this is for you, Buck. So tell me, Liz, what do you think so far on this hike?
Oh, it's been a beautiful day. The trees, the foliage are so different from what we have down home. It's really cool, and I'm loving these trees with the exposed roots. I feel like we're on a different planet or something.
How inspiring was that gentleman we just met in the woods recovering from leukemia?
I'll tear up if I talk about that. We are so blessed to have good health.
That's pretty cool to get out here recovering from something like that and be able to get out and hike. He was starting to get a little winded, but hopefully he'll get back safe and get a chance to do this again. So you ready to hike on?
Absolutely.
All right, that's it, Buck. It's a wrap. Let's go. Trail's been pretty easy. This is by far the biggest incline we've seen, which really isn't much. Good hike for someone who hadn't been out in a couple months. Okay, so we made it up to the lodge. It's just always pretty up here. I'll show you a couple pictures of it, but that's the lodge behind us here in the background. So we're going to retrace our steps a little bit back down the Deer Run Trail till we hit Mill Run, and that's a loop, and it'll bring us back out further down to the on the Deer Run Trail, and then we'll go a little bit further and cut off on the Abe Trail, and that'll take us back towards the campground. And so we'll get moving. Okay, we're on our way back and coming up on this little cutoff here onto the Mill Run Trail. This is a loop, as I said earlier. We'll loop us back around to the Deer Run Trail, and we'll carry on from there and jump off again on the Abe Trail, take that on back towards our campground and the other end of the trailhead. So let's see what this trail looks like. That's just a really cool area right here with the moss and the ferns growing. Really pretty. Okay, so we just turned onto Abe Trail, and that'll come back out near the campground. And sort of shortcut. That's not why we're taking it, but it allows us to see another trail here. So, but we have been in and out of the mud most of the day. All three of us. Liz has 2 muddy shoes, and I have 2 muddy shoes. We've been up to our ankles, and even Abby's been into the mud. Little bog areas 6 or 8 inches. So it's been interesting. A lot of that stuff that we need to traverse through, but it's all part of the hike. Okay, earlier when we started the hike, I was talking about the trees that took root in other downed trees, and then when the tree roots or the down tree rots away, it looks like the trees are on legs. Here's a really good example of that tree that died and the other trees that grow up from it. And once that rots completely away, it'll look like these trees have legs. Well, this is a nice little boardwalk. See a bench coming up. But I think we're getting near the campground. So I don't think we're going to need to rest. So this is a pretty cool boardwalk through here. Okay, well, we're back on the Deer Run Trail. We're wrapping this hike up for today. So we've covered the Deer Run, the Mill Run, and the Abe Trail. We did get out of sorts at one point and backtrack, so I think we ended up with about 4 miles today. It's a good hike. And we're headed back to our motorhome. And I'm gonna cut through here and show you a shot of that as we head on back. And so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Click that like button. Please subscribe if you're interested. And hopefully we'll see you next time right here on Country Roads Adventures.